911, what's your emergency?
Before we get into this video, I want to let you guys know this incident occurred like several months ago, but I kept it in the archives, so waiting on the resolution of the tickets that I received today. So you guys can see the caption already, man, about how this chief of police, oh man, disgusted, man, you know, say ultra aggressive, man. Y'all finna see those. So y'all check this out, man.
An update to a story we were the first to bring you about the turmoil brewing in the south suburbs, where the Robbins police chief abruptly resigned amid claims he assaulted a man in Village Hall.
That man sat down exclusively with our own Andrew Ramos to tell his story for the very first time.
I didn't know. You know, I started thinking about all type of stuff like George Floyd. I just started thinking about it. You know, my mind was just racing.
His followers know him as Tyrant Terminator Audits on YouTube, and because of what happened to him, we're only going to use his first name, James, as he says he's still coping with trauma.
How you doing, officer?
Good, how you doing?
Pretty good.
It's an exchange James has had countless times.
You cannot videotape Cook County property.
Where he films interactions with officers.
You're not rushed, but you can't stay here all day.
And other public employees in government buildings. A form of activism is called an audit, all to test whether First Amendment rights are respected. On July 1st, a visit to Robbins Village Hall, he says, spiraled out of control when he came face-to-face with former acting police chief Carl Scott.
He pulled out his personal phone, he started recording me, and I told him that I was going to get a FOIA for that video that he was making, and I was there to, you know, file a complaint.
A FOIA is a Freedom of Information Act request, a form requesting records from a public agency, and that complaint is for what James says was over his first visit to Village Hall back in March, when he first met Scott. That encounter captured on video.
Okay, right now you have to leave.
It ended in an arrest where James was charged with disorderly conduct and breach of peace, both charges later dismissed. His return to Village Hall started out like they all do, on a cell phone. But this time around, James said things took a very scary turn when the acting chief did not let him leave. Now, footage of that encounter, unclear, because his phone was taken from him.
He started to ask me for my personal information, like my name and stuff, and where's your ID.
As he is escorted to a back room, James says Chief Scott smacked his phone, which was recording everything, out of his hand. It's the last time James saw the device.
So he grabbed me by the back, slammed me up against the wall in the corner. And he opened up this door to the back, and his two officers with us, Officer Harden, Officer Sergeant Yates, and he took me in this room, slammed me down on like this little metal plate where you sit at, and he told the two officers to cut the cameras off. And they just started beating me.
That attack, he says, lasted about 10 minutes, where acting Chief Scott repeatedly punched him in the face and head, while the other two officers looked on and did nothing.
And at any point, did you think this is it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. Especially when he asked the officer to go get a baton, man. I was like, oh, he's finna probably beat me to death.
Photos taken after James was released, where he was issued a nuisance-related charge, appear to show severe bruising and swelling to his face, which he says was accompanied with severe headaches. James now being represented by attorney Jed Stone.
This is a horrible thing to do to a First Amendment advocate. It will not be tolerated, and they will have to pay.
While not giving specifics, the incident was recently addressed by Mayor Darren Bryant at a village meeting, when he announced that acting Chief Scott had been relieved of his duties, hinting that footage may soon be released.
I want you all to brace what may happen in the next couple of weeks. Something might be released, maybe not.
Something like this needs to definitely get out, so you know, hope, wishing, and praying that no one else will have to go through something of this nature.
Now, CBS News Chicago has filed multiple requests to obtain all the footage surrounding this incident that resulted in the acting chief to resign, including James's video that he owns and the video from inside Village Hall that you own. A spokesperson for the village told us that they have no further comment on this case, referring us to the Cook County Sheriff's Office. Now, we're going to stay on top of this story. When we get an update, we will give it to you.
Cook County Health. Sorry? Who am I? I'm just a person. Who are you? That's correct. That's okay, right? Just documenting today. Documenting this health department. It's cool, right? I'm sorry? Yeah, I chose not to wear one.
Okay, then you have to step out.
Why is that?
You have to put a mask on.
Says who?
Hold on, you probably got it.
Okay.
It's a sign right there.
Yeah, said it's a sign right here. Staff, patients, and visitors in waiting rooms and exam rooms. Okay. Yes. I guess they still worried about COVID. I'm not really sure, but it is what it is.
Yeah, those are yours.
Yeah. Hello. Hello.
Please not record me.
I'm sorry?
Please not record me.
Yeah, like I told her, I'm just documenting today. What is this the manager you was getting for the? Okay. What's your name, man?
Please don't record me.
What's your name?
Please don't record me.
Okay. You guys not going to engage. I'm gonna just disengage.
I'm gonna just do it.
Just gonna do it?
I'm about to the manager.
Oh, okay.
I pulled the panic button. I am.
Wow. She told her to pull the panic button. Wow. It's crazy, man. Get the rest of these shots right here. Definitely finna file us a FOIA with this department. We'll be good to go. See if I can speak to this young lady right here. Excuse me, ma'am. How do I go by getting a FOIA request form from you guys?
What type of form?
FOIA?
A what?
FOIA? The FOIA? You know what FOIA is? It's Freedom of Information Act.
Okay. Let me have him talk to our manager, okay?
Is it the same lady that came out? Is it someone else? Because she wasn't too professional just then. Is it someone other I can speak with? Okay. What's your name? Thanks a lot. It's called FOIA, so it'll be FOIA. FOIA. Okay. So, seems like this young lady is gonna help us file us a FOIA. And we'll be good to go. She's asking someone now. Let's see. That's correct.
We don't know what it is.
So it's Freedom of Information Act.
The Freedom of Information Act.
There you go.
Okay.
Why are you recording people?
I'm sorry.
Why are you recording people?
Just documenting my day to day, man. That's it. Just exercising my rights to record in public. I mean, you engaged me, so.
Hello? Hey. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, she's unprofessional. So she's the biggest supervisor role here. She's the highest that it goes. Wow, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not. No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'll actually fill out my FOIA on a blank sheet of paper, then I'll turn it in that way. Yeah, I just can't wear one. I can't. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks though. Thanks for being professional. She's been the most professional here. Can't say the same for the security lady and the manager lady. She's very unprofessional.
How you record the kid corroborate?
I mean, that's just a sign. It's not nothing. That's not, okay, well, you shouldn't engage me then, man. You're talking to me and then don't want to be on camera. That doesn't make sense. Because it's not an obligation to cooperate. Oh, absolutely not. I got official business here. I don't have to get out. So, I mean, y'all pushing panic buttons, and I think that was very unnecessary, but.
Not following directions are so unnecessary.
So that make y'all push the panic button?
Get the hell out.
Wow, she said get the hell out. Super unprofessional. Wow. Well, we don't expect it, but we don't expect it, but we do expect it. So we see what the name of her security company is. Oh, it's called Tactical. Tactical Security. What's your name? So we can file a complaint.
What's your name?
I'll ask you first.
Okay.
All right, we gonna get it though. Trust me. Oh, how want me get in trouble by? Says who? What law is that? That don't even make sense. Okay. You should have never engaged me from the get-go, especially with that type of attitude. Whose directions, man? That sounds absurd. She said directions. I had to push the panic button because I won't wear a mask. Wow. So this lobby is fairly small. Yeah, let me go over here.
I want to make it.
Oh, so it's like a little play area for kids. Oh, okay. Other than that, it's very small in here, but they hit the panic button, so I guess Robbins Police Department. Oh, I ain't get this room over here. I guess Robbins is going to show up. Hopefully they'll come educate everyone here that what we're doing is perfectly legal. This is probably like their little break room or something. Yeah. Like I said, we'll just fill out this FOIA on this blank sheet of paper right quick, and we'll be good to go. Y'all stay tuned, though. What's going on?
Última, examen, saca, mamuela, 4 tubos acá.
Necesito hablar cualquier cosa con la persona, ¿yes?
Me encantaría hablar contigo. ¿Cómo va tu día?
Trying to translate something. Oh, one moment. So I see that Robbins has showed up. So we see what they have to say. So that's her to say he's recording. So.
Hello.
Hello.
Here, medical or dental? Medical or dental? Okay, with the mask, you suck your very close. Thank you, sir.
How you doing, officer?
Good, how you doing?
Pretty good. What's your name and badge number, sir?
Why do you need all that? Sergeant Yates.
Well, I mean, you're engaging me. So, obviously, she explained the reason why she called you guys here. She probably didn't explain everything, though. So I'm here to exercise my right to record. I got 2 things that I'm here for. The second thing that I'm here for is to file a FOIA. The young lady behind this cubicle here, I forgot her name, hard to pronounce. She's helping me with that now. So since once I'm done with that, conducting my business and exercising our rights, then I'll be good to go.
Okay, well, they have policy here. Okay, no phones, no recording.
Because I didn't see that. I just,
Well, I've already spoke to the manager.
Okay.
It's Cook County policy. And the second policy is right now they have a mask mandate while you're inside the building.
Right, okay. And I can't wear one for medical reasons. I'm just saying that's been passed through the governor of the state of Illinois and everything.
Okay.
And they should understand that.
Okay. Again, that's nothing to do with me.
Well, I'm saying, what I'm saying, Sergeant, to be all, with all due respect, if you're here trying to enforce their policy and you're law enforcement, then you're going to trample on my rights.
Policy.
Well, you're telling me about their policy.
You're probably trying to put this on YouTube or Facebook and try and get.
What makes you say that? I'm trying to exercise my rights without them being trampled on.
Okay, so you're looking for confrontation.
Absolutely. How? I just told you 2 things I was here for.
Okay, and I'm explaining to you that we're called here because
that's
you're
correct.
not following the policy that they're requesting you.
Because I can't, in terms of the mask.
You can't because phones not allowed.
Sir, what does it say that at? It doesn't say they know we're here. They're making it up. Did you investigate thoroughly to see that? She's not willing to speak. It says no phone, so it doesn't say anything about no recording. Even if it did,
on a phone, sir.
Sir, if it did say that, that still would be a violation of my rights. Plus, I'm here for official business.
Okay.
I'm here for official business.
Okay, so you can take your official business and you can wait outside, or you can leave your phone, put it away, and then follow the policy.
I have to file a FOIA, sir. Did you not just hear me say that? That's official bit, so I can legally be here. Plus, I'm exercising my rights. Are you going to try to step on that today, sir, on camera? That's all I'm asking. So
you're looking for the confrontation. I get that.
How am I looking for? You have a right to make your own decisions.
Words in my mouth is what you're trying.
Absolutely not. I'm asking a question.
You absolutely are.
I'm asking a question, Sergeant. With all due respect, I'm just asking you a question.
Right.
That's it. If I can, like I say, file my FOIA like the lady was just helping me do.
So you can do that. So she's working on your FOIA.
That's correct.
You can wait out here in the lobby where you can keep your phone.
I have to fill it out.
No mask.
I have to fill it out.
Unless you can bring it out to you.
No, I have a right to fill it out here, Sergeant.
You do?
Absolutely. That's lawfully, I have a right. I have a constitutional right. What's your name, badge number, sir?
Officer Fraser, 627.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm Dr. Abiano, and I'm the lead physician in this clinic.
Okay.
What is your name? Because we don't even have your name. We don't know which doctor you're going to see.
Oh, okay. Well, to be honest with you, I'm not here to see a doctor.
Okay.
Like I was explaining to this young lady.
Okay.
I'm just here to document the building. And like I just told the sergeant, I want to file a FOIA, ma'am. So I recorded all the footage that I need in terms of the lobby. So now I need to file my FOIA, which is a right by the state of Illinois. I told the sergeant, if I'm able to do that, File my FOIA, I'll be good to go.
Yes, sir. So are you saying you're not a patient in this clinic then?
I'm not here for services at all.
At all?
I'm just here for FOIA services.
Well, I don't know what that means.
Okay.
I'm a physician. There are many things I don't know.
Oh, okay, I understand that. So FOIA is FOIA. It's the Freedom of Information Act, state of Illinois, where citizens can come in and request public records from any public agency. This is one of them. That's what I'm here to do.
So what public record are you looking for today?
Just general information about this department and Cook County Health Department. I'll turn it right into you so you'll be able to see it.
Well, yeah. So the way it works, Cook County Health has an administration, right?
That's correct.
So this clinic is not this clinic is by itself, but this clinic is not Cook County, right?
Okay.
If anybody's gonna come here to request anything from us here,
You're saying you're gonna tell me go online?
what?
Okay.
Because
they usually tell me that.
No. If you're gonna request something here, you have to go through Cook County administration to do that.
Okay,
we have never had anybody walk into our clinic,
I understand
asking
that.
for a FOIA or recording. We have never had that.
I can understand
Okay?
and that's
we have people that we report to. Okay?
Real quick,
and
the reason why they probably never came in and done it is because they probably don't know that they have a right to do it. Sir, are you like the chief?
I am, sir.
Oh, okay. How you doing, sir? I was just trying to ask for your badge number. That's in your name.
How can I help you?
Your name and badge number will be here. Help.
Chief of Police of Robbins Police Department.
Oh, you don't want to give your name?
You get that on the internet.
Okay. Well, I know it's part of you guys' policy. I don't actually need any help. I explained to these officers.
Can we actually leave, please?
Definitely after I'm done conducting my business. I have official business here, sir.
That's my business is done, if you don't mind leaving.
Sir, I have a file of FOIA. My business is not done.
4-year medical records.
No, I'm not looking for medical records.
Sir.
The general information for this department, sir. Why are you? Why are you escalating the situation, Chief? Yeah, because you're telling me my business is done and it's not.
He hasn't said what
Now, can you
information he needs.
give him a card for the business here so he can go?
Sir, I got to file a FOIA before I go. If you're
You don't file FOIAs.
Yes, you do, sir.
FOIAs, you don't file FOIAs in the place of business.
Absolutely, you can.
Send them the information. And what is it that
So,
you're trying
okay,
to
so
FOIA?
can I show you the law where it say I can do it?
What are you trying to FOIA?
General information for this department.
Here's the general information right here.
No, ma'am. No, sir. That's not what I want.
What is it that you want, sir?
Specific stuff that I'm going to put on my request. I don't have to tell you, sir.
Okay, right now
Respectfully.
you have to leave.
So you're saying if I don't leave, I'm going to be arrested?
Sir, I'm telling you right now you have to leave.
Is it a lawful command?
Your choice on whatever you wanted to do.
No, I'm saying if it's a lawful command, I will leave.
So TTA family, y'all see that? Y'all see how over aggressive dude was, man? Only because I'm exercising my right to record in public. That's it. So what he did was the chief of police that they put me in handcuffs, put me in the back of a car, wrote me some tickets. They wrote me a ticket for disorderly conduct and breach of peace. Think about that, disorderly conduct and breach of peace. But I mean, we went to court for it, and they didn't let me really record. They didn't let me record, but I did kind of commentate at the end of my court date, which was just the other day. Man, y'all check this out.
So what's good, TTA family? We just had our hearing, man, to the case that you guys just seen, where the chief of police went hands-on, charged us with disorderly conduct and breach of peace. We just seen a hearing officer up here at Robbins Police Department upstairs on the second floor. We seen, what's his name? I think his name, the hearing officer, was Mr. Jackson. Let me go up here. Let me just run up here real quick and see if that was his actual name. It took us a couple of months, man. That's why I've been holding this video, man. Trying to, wait for the ticket to conclude. Let me just see if the officer, because he was one of the officers that was here. This, like I said, this was months ago, but I just kept this video. So let me see. This is where we had our hearing at. Hey, what again, sir? Your name? Samuel Jackson III. Samuel Jackson. And you, officer, what's your name again? Because you was there that day. Redmond, Officer Redmond. All right, appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Okay, so Officer Redmond and the hearing officer, the judge today was Mr. Jackson. Okay, cool. So the ticket has been dismissed. Ticket has been dismissed, which it was a $50 ticket, but it's the principle it's definitely the principle that it's definitely the principle, man. You know what I'm saying? $50 a night, man. They, you know, since the chief of police came in and sanctioned. But yeah, like I was saying, man. Oh, they locking up now. But yeah, it's just the principle. $50 ticket or not. You know, $50 ticket or not, man. They bogus, especially it's coming from the chief. The chief sanctioned that. You know, and the hearing officer, we just let him watch this entire video. Because first, I wish I could have recorded it, man, but they wouldn't let us record in the courtroom. You already know how that is. But at first, the whole thing was, at first, when we first went to the hearing, they had the little short officer. If you guys can remember in the beginning of this video, the short black officer with the hat on, he was basically saying, yeah, he was breach of peace that day. And one probably wasn't expecting me to have a video. So the judge told us to sit down. I call your case last. So he called me back up there. He just watched this entire video. And he like, you know, I'm going to dismiss your tickets, you know what I'm saying, right in front of the officers that arrested me that day. I wish the chief of police was here, but that's all right. So y'all already know what's next, man. You already know what's next. I was officially charged that day. They just dropped the ticket, so we definitely appreciate that. I think it's judge or hearing officer, Mr. Jackson, that he just told me. So we already know we're going all the way with this one, man, because the chief of police was bogus out here in Robbins, Illinois, man.
So you have your ID?
Oh, nah. I don't just ride around with ID. Why would you need my ID?
Yes, I need your ID.
Why? Because I'm filing a complaint. I'm asking why do you need it?
Yeah, he wants to run away.
No. Sir, we need your identification.
What?
Because the officer is going to issue a citation for a nuisance violation.
A nuisance violation?
Yes, I'm going to receive a citation for that, sir.
So you guys are going to infringe on my rights again?
You need to produce identification or your name and date of birth so our officer can have it, so we can get your information and issue you the citation.
So surrender my Fourth Amendment right to me. Is that what you're saying?
Sir, identification or name and date of birth.
I'm not going to surrender my rights.
Okay, sir. Well, that's fine.
I'm not going to surrender.
Not a problem. So if you know the law, then if you refuse to give yourself your identification, then you have to be fingerprinted and get identification that way.
If I'm suspected of a crime.
Right now, you're in violation of no local ordinance, so you're going to receive a local ordinance citation for public nuisance.
Okay, so
your decision
my information. And if I don't, I'll be arrested.
Did I say that?
Okay,
I said that you would be properly identified. That's all I said.
Against my will.
Sir, there's your choices. We're not gonna go back.
I'm not gonna just allow y'all to just.
That's fine.
It's gonna be on you again.
I'm done. That's cool. It's been on me before.
Okay, so then get ready then, man. Your qualified immunity go out the window.
Not
contact Robbins Insurance.
Are you going to give him your identification?
I'm not surrendering my rights.
Are you going to give him your identification?
I'm not going to surrender my rights.
So you are aware that no video or photos is allowed.
That's fine.
It's your opinion.
That's not a law. I just gave you.
You're asking your identification so that you can receive a citation and be on your way, and you refuse to do so.
I'm gonna say this. I will do it if I'm threatened with arrest. Put it like that. If you say I will be
arrested, it's a citation. Then I will. You're not going to hear the words arrest come out of my mouth. Okay. I'm smarter than that.
Okay.
It's a citation. You're going to give him your identification so you can receive your citation like any other thing and move on your way.
I'm not going to surrender my rights.
Did I ask you your rights? I
have a right to be in my person's papers in effect. Fourth Amendment. I have a right.
You don't have a right to photo or video when it's clearly posted.
That's not a law.
That's fine. What are you going to give him your identification?
I'm not surrendering my rights.
So you want to be fingerprinted and go through that process?
You want to unlawfully?
Okay, but that's fine. If we can go this way.
Yep. You can turn your camera off because you're not going to watch video when you're back there.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. Your stuff. No.
Why you being aggressive?
Shit, that's what you are. You are. Shut up. Come on, baby.
I don't care what you got. Sit down. Sit down.
New police body cam video shows a former acting police chief in the south suburb of Robbins hitting a man in the back of his head. We first brought you this story a year and a half ago. Happened in July 2024 when a 43-year-old man came to the police department to file a complaint against the chief over a previous incident. We want to warn you, some of these images might be disturbing.
No. Yeah, I did. Why you being aggressive?
Prosecutors say former acting chief Carl Scott then shoved the man into an interview room, pushed him against a wall, and told him to sit down. Scott then appears to tell one of the officers wearing a body camera to turn it off. In an interview room, camera shows them grabbing the victim by his neck. He continues to beat and yell at him for several minutes. Scott resigned, pleaded guilty to battery charges, and has been sentenced to 2 years probation. He also had his law enforcement certificate removed, meaning he can no longer work as a police officer.
Former Robbins police chief Carl Scott appeared in criminal court today for a hearing in connection to a disturbing attack where he's accused of beating a man inside Village Hall. That victim was also in court, and he spoke to our Andrew Ramos. Andrew?
Hey there, Marie. Now, this marks the first time since that attack in July the victim came face-to-face with Carl Scott, who he says brutally assaulted him in a back room of the Robbins police station. While he says he's still traumatized, he's determined now more than ever to get justice.
It was overwhelming, you know, the entire feeling. I was definitely uncomfortable.
It's been more than 8 months since James Snow crossed paths with former ex-Robbins police chief Carl Scott. The last time he saw him, Snow says he thought he was going to die, recounting his story to CBS News Chicago back in July.
Took me in this room, slammed me down on like this little metal plate where you sit at, and they just start beating me. How you doing, officer?
The attack was the disturbing outcome of a visit to Robbins Village Hall last summer, where Snow says he was simply exercising his First Amendment right as a so-called First Amendment auditor, where he films interactions with law enforcement officers and city employees on government property.
Okay, right now you have to leave.
When he asked the officer to go get a baton, man, I was like, oh, he's gonna probably beat me to death.
Since our interview and an investigation by the Cook County Sheriff's Office, Scott was charged with multiple offenses, including aggravated battery, official misconduct, and obstruction of justice for attempting to destroy Snow's cell phone, which had recorded some of the assault. That cell phone, prosecutors say, was taken by Scott and thrown into a sewer drain after the attack.
After what he did, it was no shock to me because, I mean, you know, what could you do worse than what you had already done?
Snow and his attorney, Jed Stone, were both in Cook County Criminal Court to sit in on Scott's pretrial hearing, where Scott was successfully served with a civil lawsuit in connection to the attack that they say should have never happened.
This isn't some rookie cop that didn't know the difference. He was the chief of police of the village, and he beat my client.
I don't believe that anybody from the city of Robbins will encounter something like this again because they see what's going on. You know, we're not going to tolerate that. You know, the justice system is obviously not tolerating that.
Now, Carl Scott resigned as police chief just days after that attack in Village Hall. He is due back in court on May 5th, where a trial date is expected to be set. Reporting in the newsroom, Andrew Ramos, CBS News Chicago.
Andrew, thank you.
New at 6, Robbins former acting police chief Carl Scott has pled guilty to battery charges. This is a story we broke back in July of 2024. A man was filming inside the Robbins police station when Scott knocked his cell phone out of his hand and then punched him. Scott has been sentenced to 2 years probation. He also had his law enforcement certificate revoked, meaning he can no longer work as a police officer. We showed you the shocking and what some call disturbing body camera video this week of the now former Robbins police chief beating a man in an interview room.
Tonight in an interview you'll see only on CBS News Chicago, former chief Carl Scott spoke to our Jermont Terry, apologizing and taking responsibility for what happened.
For more than a year, the former Robbins police chief has been under scrutiny for what played out in the lobby here at the police station. Carl Scott recently pled guilty to battery and is breaking his silence about a decision which cost him his career.
I don't care what you got.
You're watching Carl Scott roughing up a man in the back room of the Robbins Police Department. The incident happened in July 2024, but the body camera worn by officers is just getting released of the then chief of police losing his cool and becoming violent.
Everybody needs to know the why, not the one-sided narrative.
Scott understands the video is damning, and he admits on that day he should have done one thing.
Walk away.
Instead, Scott says he let this man, who CBS Chicago identified as James, get the best of him. James came into the station filming and refused to stop recording. When Scott was called down to the lobby, he claims the man threatened his family.
When we humanize the badge, so when we humanize that, then we understand. You understand the frustration. You understand what it took. You understand what's at stake. Do you understand what you're protecting? So then the badge meant nothing at that point.
His actions cost him his badge.
I first initially came to Robbins as the deputy chief.
And his law enforcement career, which included 23 years as a federal agent before joining Robbins PD.
A defaming of my name has caused a strike against my integrity.
But the man on the end of those punches described a much scarier situation that day.
And he told the two officers to cut the cameras off. And they just started beating me.
What did you mean when you said cut the cameras off?
My mind wanted to hold a conversation with him.
Scott resigned days before the Robbins mayor wanted to terminate him, and he hopes any cop or person can learn from what he calls a huge lapse in judgment.
One mistake doesn't define a person.
And after that 2-year probation period, Scott won't be watched anymore, but he will never be allowed to work in law enforcement again here in Illinois. In Robbins, Jermont Terry, CBS News, Chicago.
The city of Robbins tells us what you saw on the body cameras was the reason the mayor immediately placed Scott on leave. A spokesman adds Scott's behavior was not indicative of village standards. We did not hear back from the man assaulted or his attorney about Scott's claims his family was threatened.
I can guarantee this ain't part of your job description. I can guarantee it. You got all day? Because I do. I guess we're going to continue to keep sitting here, man, because as you guys can see, the chief was trying to intimidate me. It does not work. It would never work. Yeah, but you're trying. Nah, I ain't trying. You does to you? In your official capacity, huh? Not in your individual. Oh, in both, you're in both right now. Okay. So we're going to get a pen right quick, man. We're going to shut it off. So TTA family, so as y'all can see, that's proof right there, you know, that the chief was recording me, I was recording him. We actually was doing that for like 15 minutes, you know, 15, 20-ish minutes in the lobby. But I went outside real quick because I went outside to get a pen. Like I say, for my wife, I'm going to ask her for a pen in the car so I can fill out the complaint, file a FOIA and everything that day, right? So things got out of hand right after that, you know, and you guys will hear exactly how everything unfolded. Like I said, when you see the interview between Channel 2 News, me and my attorney. But this next clip, I'm going to show you real quick. The next clip is about the mayor. So the mayor had gotten wind and he watched the video of this incident. So I want you guys to pay attention to what he said and did after he found out. So this is 3 days later after the mayor found out, 3 or 4 days later, this is what he said. And some of his constituents or some of the people, some of the players that work for the mayor or whatever stepped up and tried to speak for him as well. Y'all check this out.
All right, I'll take this opportunity, all right, to make a brief statement to the town. All right, as the mayor of the town. Real brief statement. Got to be careful with my words because there is something happening in our town. Okay, it deals with our police chief. Okay, and give me patience because I'm trying to dance around legal right now. Sean, can you help me out? I got my publicist here. You know, help me out, Sean, to make sure we articulate this the right way. Go ahead, Sean.
Getting to the village board, Madam Clerk, obviously the mayor. Well, on last week, our acting chief was engaged in a particular matter to which the mayor was apprised of the next day. 48 hours after that, the mayor made a decision to put the acting chief on administrative leave.
No pay.
No pay. 24 to 48 hours after that, the mayor made the decision, given that the acting chief served at the pleasure of the mayor, to remove that particular acting chief from the payroll. There is a professional and active search for a permanent chief that is underway. The mayor also made the first call within the first 24 hours when he was alerted about this. The mayor called the Cook County Sheriff's Public Integrity Unit to ensure that an outside source will come in and actively investigate without indifference and without any partiality. And that's the protocol to which that should be done. The mayor also has conferred, if not all, at least many of the trustees and gotten their input as relates to how we move forward. And the mayor has graciously accepted some of those recommendations, and he will continue to confer. We don't know where it's going in terms of litigation, but the mayor chose not to wait for the outcome of an investigation. He saw fit the evidence to look at, and because that the acting chief serves, whether it was a permanent or acting chief, they serve at the pleasure of the mayor. The mayor, being a longtime Robbins resident, knows the pulse of the community, and he knows his own heart, and he chose to make that move. We didn't want to wait for a media outlet to call us. We didn't want to wait for the sheriff to find out happen chance. The mayor made those calls. And in my 37 years of doing this is the quickest that something like this has happened, because most times you put somebody on administrative leave and you wait for an outcome of an investigation that could go 3-4 months. But that's not what the mayor chose to do in this regard. He saw fit, he saw cause, and he took action. And I think the mayor should be applauded in that regard. And I also want to applaud the clerk and the village board for showing discretion in that time frame, because when you're dealing with employee matters, you know, these things are sensitive. So I think the entire village board should be applauded in that regard.
Thanks for coming, because I couldn't have said anything. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. We lead with transparency. We lead with transparency. You know, I know my administration ain't been perfect. You know, not at all. You know, but at the end of the day, we're accountable. We're accountable and we're transparent. Okay? So I want you all to brace what may happen in the next couple of weeks. Something might be released, maybe not. All right, but it was important that while I sit before the people, act like I can't be up here and act like ain't nothing going on. Something going on. Something going on. And that's all I'm gonna leave it right there and respect the integrity of the investigation. All right.
Mayor, board, I'd just like to make a comment that, Mayor, I appreciate your due diligence with this, because even though this was your acting position, but you came to the board, asked us for our advice. And that's what I respect most of you, that you did ask our opinion, and we made the decision together. Well, you made the decision, but with our counseling, helped you make your decision. And so I appreciate you for being open-minded about that and jumping on top of this as quickly as you did. So, good job with that.
So, I mean, I understand our town can't afford it anymore. So we'll do the best we can to move forward in honesty and transparency, and we ain't dodging no questions from you. When the time comes, the time will come. Sean will be back out here. The attorney will be out here too, and we'll address whatever we need to.
I had it live, went live. A lot of people probably didn't see the live. I brought the live down just so you guys didn't think it was removed. I just did it so I can edit it and make an entire video for you guys, put the whole story together, which is going to be more stuff to come out even after this. But I want you guys to see the interview between me, Channel 2 News, and my attorney as well. So y'all check this out.
James, thank you so much for making time for us. So first of all, before we even start with what happened, just describe what you do for a living.
Okay, well, I'm an independent journalist. We go out to public properties and we like to see if our rights are going to be respected by the public servants. City Hall, public library, police departments, things like that. And that's exactly what led up to this situation.
And you're a YouTuber, you have a very popular YouTube page. I mean, so you're a known person when you walk into these village halls or these city halls.
Absolutely, yeah. The name of my YouTube page is Tyrant Terminator Audit. Like you said, I'm very known. I come in contact with numerous of different public servants that recognize me. You know.
Yes. No, we're talking about hundreds of thousands, I think close to millions of views on your YouTube page, right?
Yes, sir. So 130,000 subscribers and over 23 million views.
Yeah, it's a lot. So obviously the influence is out there, and what you know, what you do, unfortunately, sometimes gets under the skin of law enforcement and city officials.
I guess you could say that. Well, that's what they may say.
And again, what's your goal for when you have this YouTube page and when you go out there and do what you do?
So basically, it's just to see if the rights are going to be respected. That's what we call it an audit. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. You know, everybody's human. So it's 50-50. It's kind of, in the middle. We meet in the middle. But the main goal is to make sure the rights are respected and not infringed on.
Of course. And the village of Robbins, what has been your experience when you've gone in there to their village hall?
Not too pleasant. So the first time that I went to their village hall, back in March, early March, I actually visited the city of Robbins, went to a health department to do what we always do, like I said, to exercise our rights to record the public servants there. Gave Robbins PD a call that someone was in their lobby recording. Several officers were dispatched, including the chief of police at that time. So, they came in and basically just was like, you got to leave, we're going to trespass you. And the chief became over aggressive with me at that time, and he snatched the phone out my hand, and I was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct and breach of peace. And that was early March.
And that ended up getting dismissed?
Yes, sir.
So you were within your rights. You knew what you were doing was in you're practicing the First Amendment, right?
That's correct.
So tell me, the second time was July 1st, or you had gone there before July 1st?
Yeah, so that was the first time, early March, and then my revisit was July 1st.
Oh, so they already knew who you were when you walked in.
Absolutely.
So tell me what happened July 1st.
So July 1st, between the time that I visited the first time in March up until July 1st, I had been trying to make calls and complaints to put in for the first incident, and no one was getting back to me, so I figured I'd do a revisit. So that was my reason for going back to fill out some complaint forms. And when I got there, I talked to a few people at the water department about possibly getting on the mayor's schedule to, inform him of what happened. I noticed after a few minutes of being there, the same chief of police that I had an encounter with early March had came into the lobby with me. And he pulled out his personal phone, he started recording me, and I told him that I was going to get a FOIA for that video that he was making, and I was there to, file a complaint. And, we went back and forth for several minutes, maybe 15 minutes. I thought everything was going to be cool, so I sat down at a desk, and I was getting ready to fill out the complaint, but I heard him get on his walkie-talkie, and he asked for additional officers to come down. And that made me feel some type of way, so I said, you know what, I'll just go out to the car where my wife was, and I'll get ready to fill out the complaint in the car. And when I got ready to do that, he cut me off and wouldn't allow me to leave.
And then what happened?
Then he started to ask me for my personal information, like my name and stuff, and where's your ID. And I was trying to convey to him that I didn't want to surrender my Fourth Amendment right, if I wasn't suspected of a crime. And he wasn't interested in that, so he said that, well, we have to go to the back so I can fingerprint you to see who you are. And I tried to comply with that because, I just wanted to comply. So I started to go back towards the back where he was, gesturing. And the sergeant that was there, he said you couldn't record me. You can't record to the back, so take your phone and put it away. So before I can do that, the chief of police comes over my right shoulder, smacks the phone out of my hand.
So you were recording up until that point?
Yes, sir.
The whole encounter with the chief in the beginning was recorded?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, what happened to your phone at that point?
It was smacked to the ground in the lobby.
And it was confiscated?
I'm not sure what they did with it, but I never got it back.
You never got it back?
Absolutely.
And that is your property, obviously?
That's correct.
So tell me what happened. So when you went to the back, you lost your phone, you lost your one, I guess, extra pair of eyes that was going to be capturing, recording everything. What happened?
So,
So he grabbed me by the back, slammed me up against the wall in the corner. And, he opened up this door to the back, and two officers with us, Officer Harden, Officer Sergeant Yates, and he took me in this room, slammed me down on like this little metal plate where you sit at. And it told the two officers to cut the cameras off. And they just started beating me. And that's hard.
How long did this all last?
Maybe 10 minutes. I sat back there about 10, 15 minutes. He started telling the officer, he told Officer Harden, he's like, go get me a baton. He started asking for a baton, and I started, he was in my face, he was like, man, me and you finna go back here and fight. We finna fight, me and you finna go to another room and fight. And, by the grace of God, man, I just started thinking, he stroked this dude's ego, man. I gotta figure out a way, because I thought he was gonna kill me. So I just started trying to agree with him. Like, you're right, Chief, you're right. He started saying some racial stuff that didn't really make sense. He was just unhinged and off the chain. And I just started trying to really stroke his ego so I could make it out, and God got me out of there.
At this point, three people were on you. Three people were beating on you.
No, so just the chief.
Just the chief.
Yeah.
So then the two other officers, what were they doing? They just were supervising?
Yeah, they was like Sergeant Yates was standing here and Officer Harden was sitting here.
So you have two witnesses and the chief attacking you.
Yeah.
And tell me, what was your injuries? What did he hit? What was he doing? He was punching you. He was kicking you. What was he doing?
He punched me several times in the face. I think when we first came in the room, I was like pushed down forcefully. So, and then mainly punches in the face, several, left side and right side.
And at any point did you think this is it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. Especially when he asked, especially when he asked the officer to go get a baton, man. I was like, oh, he'll probably beat me to death, And he asked for the baton even after hitting me. So it was like, I didn't know. I started thinking about all type of stuff like George Floyd. I just started thinking about it. Every mind was just racing. So.
And at any point did the officers tell him to stop or just show any compassion for you?
Absolutely not.
So they just were silent.
Silent. They didn't say absolutely nothing. After I stroked the chief's ego and got him to come down a little bit, when he said he was getting ready to leave, me and Sergeant Yates started talking after that. And he made a comment that the chief wasn't wrong. So,
tell me about the impact it's had. Are you traumatized, or how are you feeling about just everything? It's been 2 weeks now.
Yeah, definitely so, man. Of course, especially for the job that I do every day, I have to have encounters with certain people. When certain law enforcement, I get that kind of feeling, man. Is this another situation? I had to make a report with Cook County Sheriff. I started feeling some type of way because I was brought in the room again. So it definitely has an enormous impact at this time. Having to see all these doctors and stuff. So yeah, for sure, definitely so.
And how long have you been doing what you've been doing in terms of muckrakers?
Since January of last year.
So it's been about 2 years. You've been to several cities, several municipalities. Nothing has ever gotten to this level.
Absolutely not. Never.
Was there, after everything, you said it was 10 minutes, what did the chief say? Did he tell you anything? Did he have a reason for what he did, why he did what he did?
Yeah, he actually did make comments like, he kind of looked at his sergeant, which was a white officer. And he said, no disrespect to my sergeant, but you being a puppet out here for these white folks. And you know, and plus he was obviously, we had a conversation about the tickets being dismissed from our first encounter, and he said that MFer didn't know what he was doing, talking about the judge that threw out my tickets. So that's obvious, you know, his reason.
So tell me what happened after. So after 10 minutes of being, as you call it, brutally beaten.
For sure.
What happened after the 10 minutes? He stopped and then you were released, or they held you in custody?
So yeah, after he stopped, Officer Harden wrote me another ticket, nuisance or something like that, just a ticket for me to show up in court. And they took me back to the lobby where everything happened, and I started to look at my phone, and they was acting like they were trying to locate it, but they never turned up.
And what were your injuries? Were you bleeding at this point? Were you woke up back into the lobby?
Yeah, so yeah, my face was way bigger than what it is now, of course. So it was my eyes was shut a little bit. I was having excruciating headaches almost instantaneously. My chest felt some type of way, didn't know what it was, and so I just went to hurry up and get to the paramedics and stuff like that.
So what has happened since? I know there is now an investigation with Cook County. You have retained a lawyer. What was the timeline next after that? Did you hear from the village? Did the mayor contact you? Did anyone reach out to you after that attack?
No, not. I just actually contacted my attorneys right away as soon as I left, and I was obviously advised what to do. I just went through with that, went straight to the emergency.
And what did they tell you in the emergency room? What were your injuries listed as?
Definitely, I can't really pronounce a lot of the verdicts and stuff, but it's something with my eyes. Definitely elevated enzymes to my heart. Among other things, it's definitely something real for sure.
And would you trauma? Would you say that this one of your situations that you're going through right now?
Oh, absolutely. I try to mask it, you know, but it's hard daily for sure.
So knowing that there is a video out there right now, and some people have seen it, and it's pretty bad. How does that make you feel, knowing that the village is aware of this video, and I told you, and I had a conversation with you, that they offered the video to us, but they're using it as leverage. But then they, at one point, rescinded that offer because they did not want us to do a story on this situation. What does that tell you about the village and what they're trying to do here?
My own personal opinion.
Yes.
On that, for sure. So I just feel like they're trying to, for lack of a better word, maybe cover up something. And obviously looking out for their benefit. I mean, at this point, that's just what I'm speculating for now. So.
And why are you telling your story today? Why did you decide to come forward?
For numerous reasons, but I think the main thing is that something like this needs to definitely get out. So, you know, hope, wishing, and praying that no one else will have to go through something of this nature, you know, or it might deter a cop that might see this and, you know, might feel some type of way to not do the same thing that has happened to me. So we want to be able to get this out for a lot of different reasons, but the main reason is to so people can be aware of what's going on and who they may come to counter with.
And the chief himself, you've only met him twice. There was no history there. There was no reason why he would do what he did.
That's correct.
He wasn't threatened at all.
Absolutely.
You didn't say anything to him to make him feel unsafe.
That's correct.
So how do you even wrap your head around what happened to you in his hands?
You know what? That's a great question, because I've been trying to still think of like you know, speak to my wife about it, my mom, my family. Like, man, I don't understand what happened, you know. So like I could only think. The thing is that he was, you know, like I say, prior to the the incident, when we was in the lobby talking, he made it clear that he was very upset about those tickets being dismissed. So, that's the only thing I can kind of go with.
All right, and moving forward, obviously, your hope is that this doesn't happen to someone else. Because what you did, again, you were within your right.
For sure, definitely.
When James came in and told us his story and what had happened to him, I knew that we were going to take this case. When citizens visit police stations, they have a right to be there. They have a right to talk to the officers. They have a right to audit their behavior. And the police have a duty to treat people with respect and care. It's their job. And when the chief of police, that is the top cop in that shop, comes out and shows to his underlings that this is the way you treat people, someone has to step up and say, stop. We're very happy to be James' lawyer and tell this chief, stop. Tell other police officers, both in Robbins and elsewhere, this is not the way to treat anybody. To invite a citizen into, or non-citizen, an individual into a back room to get him out of the lobby so that you can beat him is egregious. And the chief, as an individual and as an employee of the village, is going to have to be held responsible and accountable for what he did. This is a horrible thing to do to a First Amendment advocate. It will not be tolerated, and they will have to pay.
Now, the charge that he was initially, I guess, that on that July 1st, how do you make sense of that charge?
I will read to you the charge from the ordinances of the village of Robbins. Nuisance declared. This is the definition of a nuisance declared. Unsheltered storage of vehicles and personalty. Unsheltered storage of old, wrecked, derelict, unused, stripped, junked, or other automobiles not in good and safe operating condition, whether licensed or unlicensed, and other vehicles, machinery, implements, or equipment and personal property of any kind which are no longer safely unusable for the purpose for which they were manufactured, which are located on any street, highway in the village, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It has nothing to do with anything. It's nonsense, and it will be dismissed. He didn't have unsheltered storage of vehicles or personal property. They just found something and charged him with it, and that's an abuse of their power. You don't arrest somebody, give him a ticket, make him hire a lawyer and go to court to defend himself when you know that there is no basis for the charge. There is no basis for this charge. It's foolishness.
And it's certainly not basis for what he experienced. I mean, it just does not how do you wrap your head around that as a lawyer who's been doing this for decades? I mean, the fact that he was put in a room, in a back room.
Supposedly to be fingerprinted.
Yeah.
And then beaten while two other officers stopped. Two other officers watched. And of course, they had a duty, a lawful duty, to stop their chief and say, get your hands off of him and leave the room. And they stood by and watched a fellow human get beaten by their boss.
And right now, we understand that there is a video of this incident that the mayor was shown. A couple of other people have seen it. What do you know about this video? Obviously, it documented what happened in the back.
I know that it exists. I talked to an assistant corporation counsel that is lawyer for this village, and I'm going to get it. And when I get it, I'll watch it. And it will be part of the record in a lawsuit against this chief and the village.
And do you think the village right now is trying to hide something? Because we're just getting a lot of mixed messages when it comes to just the video and what they want to say and what they don't want to say.
This is a common public official mistake. We know that video is going to be shown. We know I'm going to get it. We know that a federal judge will have it to watch. We know that a federal magistrate working with that judge will see it. And they can obfuscate, they can hide, they can run, but we're going to get it. It will be viewed. It will be part of James' record in federal court, and the appropriate people, whether it's a judge or jury or both, will have an opportunity to see it, detest it, and make them pay for it.
And in terms of what James does for a living, this is something obviously I would imagine every lawyer is passionate about. I mean, in a way, you commend him for doing it, because in a way he's making these public officials be better, do better. I mean, how would you view what he does for a living?
On my desk, just behind that wall, I have a glass enclosed cockroach. And I have that cockroach on my desk for a reason. Years ago, I was a graduate student, and I was living in graduate student housing. And I got up one night and went into the kitchen and flicked on the lights, and I saw cockroaches scurry under the stove and the refrigerator. Years later, I became a lawyer. And I realized that public officials are a lot like cockroaches. They scurry when you shine the light of day on them. The mayor may or may not try to scurry. This chief surely is trying to scurry, but I assure you the light of day will be shined upon them, and they, like cockroaches, must deal with it.
So y'all see that, right? So yeah, man, you know, I got two hungry powerhouse attorneys on this, man. You know, I'm forever grateful, thankful for God that I was able to put on my thinking cap and try to stroke the chief down from, you know, possibly even trying to, you know, unalive me, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that's how I felt at the time. And to be honest with you, know, I've never been in that type of situation. So I was honestly afraid, you know what I mean? Moving forward, though, you guys can see that we're just not going to allow this to just be gone and let it go and things of that nature. I'm here to stay. Like, I got the same attitude as when I first started. We're locked in for the long run.
911, what's your emergency?
Help!